it's Jeanette, and today I'm going to show you how to do the block fill technique using the Humming Along new Cling stamp set that will be in the Occasions catalog of 2018, and Memento black ink and some blends. If you don't have blends or the old blend abilities, you could use Copic or markers, anything that you have that will work with this technique, okay? So I was going through old YouTube videos and I found this technique. It was done by Tina Zink, Z-I-N-C-K. So thank you, Tina, for showing this technique. And I haven't seen anyone else do it, so I'm going to show you how. All right. So these are the samples that I made, and this one, it was made with Calypso Coral and Old Olive and Daffodil Delight. This one was using Rich Razzleberry and Granny Apple Green and Daffodil Delight. This one was Mango Melody and Mango Melody, and this is Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green. And this one was using Night of Navy and Granny Apple Green. So you can see you can use many different colors and inks, not inks, colors, stamps. You could use anything that has open or like well, any stamp really. I did one with the new butterflies recently, and this is what it looks like here. And I just used a Sharpie, so it didn't really work as well as the other one, but I wanted to see how it would look, and maybe a few more butterflies and it would look good. But so you can see you can use a bunch of different things here. So how I started was I decided to use this stamp here, and I made my lines a little bit smaller than the size of the stamp, the image. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take my ruler here, and I'm not endorsing anything, but I love this ruler. And I lightly score around the paper 1 inch on each side. So I'm just going to go around and just lightly, we're going to make a rectangle here. And I gotta turn the paper, I won't do it right. Okay. I'm still not doing it right. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm lining this up. And we're gonna be erasing part of these lines when we're done. So just try not to make them too dark. And there we have it. Okay, we can put our ruler away and our pencil away. Now what I'm going to do is take my stamp here and ink it up with the Memento Tuxedo Black. And you want to use this ink when using the blends, otherwise it will all meld together. So we're just going to stamp it, and I'm going to stamp it so it's kind of, parts of it are outside of my little rectangle I made. So you can see how these little petals and part of the stem comes outside of the black. Cover that up so I don't get my elbow in it. So what I'm going to do is lightly erase from inside the petals, because I found if you do a lighter color, I had a hard time erasing the lines after. You don't want to do all of them, but just these, the ones inside your image here. Okay. So now we're going to color, and today I'm going to use the Mango Melody for the stem, not the stem, the stamen or whatever you call it. And I am no expert, but I am going to just color here. So if you'd like to fast forward, please be my guest. I'm just going to go around the edges here, and then I'm going to, with the dark, and then I'm going to take the light and just kind of pull the dark out. And you won't be as noticeable on this small piece, but you'll see it on the other one a little better. Okay, So that's it for that color. Now I'm going to go to Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to start with the dark. And I'm using the fat tip pen here. And the shadow, it's always going to be darker, like underneath. Like the sun would be shining into the flower, so the darkest spot would be inside and like underneath the petals. So I'm going to do darkest like under there. Then I'm going to take the light and just kind of drag it down and just kind of blend it out. Okay. And I'll color this all light here. And then take this out and blend it down so you don't get the line. So we're kind of erasing it as you go. Oops. So, okay, I went outside the line there, which is okay, but I'm going to take my color lifter and just see if I can kind of erase this little oopsie I did. Okay, we'll let that dry. And let's do the leaf. So I'm going to take the light and color the whole thing. So you can, like as you can see, start with the light or the dark. It doesn't matter. You just want to get it real juicy, real wet. I don't like the word juicy. Okay. And then we'll go over it with dark. I'm just going to follow the little lines here. Just kind of add a little color, and then I'll go over it with the light again, just to kind of blend it a little bit so you don't see the lines as much. Okay. Let's add a little more color in here. All right, let's move on to the petals. For this, I'm going to use the Highland Heather. And let's start with the dark. No, let's start with the light. What the heck? And I'm going to do one petal at a time. I'm going to color in the entire petal. Just like so. And then take the dark, and I'm going to follow these lines and kind of a little bit in here. And then go back and take the light and then brush it out. Kind of like so. And I'm going to do the same with all of these. So again, if you'd like to fast forward, please be my guest. As we go along through here. So I don't know about you, but I have to practice more with these blends because actually they're a lot of fun. And once you find something like this image that you really like, just stamp a whole bunch of them and just practice with different colors and different shades and see how you like it. I mean, I guess that's how you become an expert at something, right? Just to do it over and over again. I'm not going to worry too much about going over the edge like I did there, because we're going to cover that up with black and a bit here. So I'm not being super careful, but you can see how nice these blend out. Get like the two-tone color. If you just want one color, that's great. The colors look good on their own, I think anyway. But I'm having fun doing the shading here. So you just go back and forth, and if you want it darker, you can add more. If you want it lighter, add less. You just keep going around. This is the last one. Those lines there. It's going to be really dark in the middle there. I'll pull that out. Sorry for my voice. It's just it's kind of scratchy. 'Tis the season. Okay, so that looks good. Always make sure you have a protective layer on your table because it will bleed through. So, all right. So now for the fun part. And I'm going to take my Stampin' Write marker. And you know what? I'm going to start with the fine tip. And we're just going to go over these lines that we made. And I wouldn't use the ruler for this because, you know, sometimes, you know, your ink can bleed underneath the ruler. And this is just to give us a guideline here. So basically we're going to start coloring all this in. Alright, now I'm going to go back with the fat tip and just take your time. You're going to go, especially if like this is a dull, this has been used in a lot of classes, so start away from your image and then go towards it. So you can see where your pen is going to go to. Okay, and just keep going around. Again, if you'd like to fast forward, be my guest. You know, with my voice being this scratchy, not really gonna be talking a lot. I find it kind of soothing and to color. I mean, you know, coloring's all the rage again for adults, right? So why not get them out and go at it? So you could stamp a bunch of these and then go up and watch while you're watching TV. Color these in. It's kind of cathartic, I think. So see, we didn't have to use the color lifter really because we're covering all that up, but I just wanted to show you how that worked. Of course, it works better on the lighter colors, but you know. And we're going around and around. So anyway, this is from the one of the new stamp sets, and they are doing away with their wood stamps. But these new cling ones are really nice. They're very, very sticky. They will stick to your clear blocks and they will not come off. So be really, really careful when you take them off your block, and also take them out of your case because you could tear the foam if you're not careful. So, you know, take your time. If you're teaching classes, tell your students to be careful if they're exchanging these out. Like if you do one sentiment and they want a different one, you know, let them know that they're very, very sticky, which is a good thing. Okay, and there we have it. So now let's go back and just erase these other pencil lines here. let me get it off here. So I didn't tell you what size this is, but this is a 5 by 3 3/4, and I've layered it on my card base. Here is gray granite, and it's a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, and with a basic gray layer of 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to attach this onto here. A little extra glue there. So we're gonna put this right in the middle here, and you're done. So you could leave it plain like this, or like my other sample I did, I added sentiment. So it could be birthday, sympathy, anything really. This sentiment was made using another of the new stamp sets coming out. It's called Well Said. It has 51 stamps in it. This is awesome. So it has words for the outside and the inside. So take a look at it when you get your Occasions catalog. This is definitely one that you can use over and over and over again. So this is just a 1/2 inch strip, and then I just made a banner and popped it up with dimensionals. So again, get out your blends and start playing. I mean, this has been very fun, and thanks for joining me. See you again soon. Bye.